Some places on Earth are just dangerous. But there's this one particular stretch of the Atlantic Ocean that has a reputation that's, well, uniquely terrifying. Because in this one specific region, one moment a ship is there, a steady blip on a radar screen, just cutting through the waves. Or a plane is cruising at 30,000 feet on a flight path that's probably flown 100 times before. And then, just nothing. No wreckage, no final SOS, just silence. Welcome to the legendary Bermuda Triangle. And look, this isn't just one or two isolated incidents we're talking about. The numbers are absolutely staggering. We're talking more than 70 major disappearances. That's over 50 ships and 20 aircraft that have vanished without a solid explanation, fueling one of the world's most lasting mysteries. So, to really understand the chilling nature of this whole enigma, we have to open up the most famous case file of them all, the disappearance of Flight 19. Okay, this case really shows you just how strange things can get. It's 1945, 5 Navy bombers take off on what's supposed to be a routine training run. But then, mid-flight, their compasses just start going haywire. Radio messages get confused, disoriented, and then, silence. Incredibly, the story gets even worse. A rescue plane with a 13-man crew is sent to find them, and it also vanishes. No trace of the 6 aircraft or the 27 men was ever found. And in one of those final garbled transmissions, you can just hear the growing panic in the pilot's voice. These aren't just statistics, right? These were highly trained airmen, and they were suddenly and completely lost. It's that human element that makes the story so haunting. And it's not just about things disappearing completely. Sometimes it's what's left behind that's even stranger. I mean, can you imagine finding a ship, perfectly fine, just drifting in the middle of the ocean? You go aboard, the cargo's untouched, there's still food on the tables, but the entire crew vanished. These ghost ships are another chilling hallmark of the Triangle. So, what could possibly be causing all of this? Well, for decades, scientists have tried to peel back all the layers of myth and find some rational answers. And they're pointing not to the supernatural, but to the incredible and frankly violent power of nature itself. One really terrifying possibility is the rogue wave. Now, this isn't your average storm swell. We are talking about a vertical wall of water, sometimes over 100 feet high, that can just appear out of nowhere. A wave like that could swallow a large ship whole, sending it to the bottom in seconds with absolutely no time for a distress call. Then you've got a theory that sounds like something from science fiction, but it's actually scientifically plausible. The seabed here has these huge deposits of methane gas. If a massive bubble were to erupt and hit the surface right under a ship, it would instantly lower the water's density. The ship would lose all buoyancy and just sink, like a rock in a glass of fizzy water. And this theory, it connects directly back to Flight 19. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the very few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north line up, which can sometimes cause navigational issues. But some theorize there are intense, localized magnetic anomalies on the seafloor that could spin a compass wildly, sending a pilot or a captain disastrously off course. But, for every mysterious theory, there's always a more down-to-earth counterargument. Skeptics argue that the real mystery isn't what's happening in the triangle, but why we've all decided to see it as a mystery in the first place. So, skeptics argue that we often overlook the most crucial facts. First, this area is a superhighway for ships and planes. I mean, one of the busiest in the world. With that much traffic, accidents are just statistically gonna happen. Then you add in the region's notoriously violent and unpredictable weather. Hurricanes can form in just a matter of hours. So when you combine heavy traffic, extreme weather, and let's face it, simple human error, you have a perfect recipe for disaster. No paranormal explanation needed. And yet, even with those logical explanations, some cases just don't seem to fit, do they? The stories of experienced pilots in clear weather vanishing without a distress call, or ships disappearing without a single trace of wreckage, they keep that enigma alive. It really all boils down to these two conflicting views. On one hand, you have the signs of a true mystery. Disappearances with no wreckage, no distress calls, and strange reports that even modern technology is failing. But on the other hand, you have the perfect storm of logical factors. Massive amounts of traffic, some of the world's most severe weather, and the ever-present possibility of human error. The truth? It probably lies somewhere in between. So what's the ultimate takeaway here? Is the Bermuda Triangle just a part of the ocean where a high number of ordinary, if totally tragic accidents have been woven into this huge legend? A place that is absolutely dangerous, for sure, but maybe not supernaturally so?
Or, after all the analysis and all the debunking, is there still something more at play here? A force of nature or something else entirely that we just don't understand yet? And that right there, that's the question that keeps the enigma of the Bermuda Triangle so incredibly compelling.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.